Okay, good day to everyone. So our topic for today is about the polygraph examination test question. How these questionnaires are being formulated before the conduct of polygraph examination. So we know that the basic measurement of an effective polygraph examination, polygraph evaluation, and analysis of result comes from the factors affecting the instrument use, the level of training and skill of the examiner, the condition of the subject, the condition of the examination room, and the actual examination process. So the following the following discussions are important in the evaluation of polygraph examination result. So I will discuss to you first the rules in the formulation of test questions. So what are the rules to be followed in the formulation of test question? First is the questions must be simple and direct. Dapat simple lang yung katanungan natin and direct to the point, sabi nga nila. And they must not involve legal terminology kagaya ng rape, murder, and other legal terminologies. And the questions must be answerable by yes or no. Dapat ang mga katanungang bubuuin, ang isasagot lang is yes or no or oo or hindi. So dapat mag-formulate ng mga katanungan na ang kasagutan lamang ay oo or hindi. Okay? And the questions must be short as possible, and their meaning must be clear and unmistakable phrase in a language that the subject can easily understand. So yung mga bubuuin ninyong questionnaire, dapat maintindihan ng subject ninyo. Kung Ilocano, gagawa tayo ng Ilocanong katanungan. Pag Tagalog, Tagalog. Okay, or English, kung yun ang maintindihan ng subject. And the questions must not be in the form of accusation. Iwasan nating bumuo ng katanungan na nag-aakusa sa mga subject ninyo. And question must never contain an inference which presupposes knowledge on the part of the subjects, and all questions must refer to one offense only. And all question must refer to only one element of an offense, and they must not contain interferences to one's religion, races, or belief. Okay. So ito yung mga rules na sinusunod in the formulation of test questions. Okay. So how test questions are constructed? Okay. Paano naman yung paggawa na ng mga test questions? So the polygraph test consists of asking the subject or the person through a list of prepared question, okay, in a planned sequence. Yung paggawa kasi ng katanungan is nakaplano yan and nasa sequence, nasa order yan. Okay, of not more than 12. Okay? And at least 3 test chart are taken. 3 test chart ang kukunin kasi natin in every examination for comparison. So it's a test chart last not more than 4 minutes. Okay, and with a rest interval of 5 to 10 minutes between the chart. So yan yung sinusunod sa paggawa ng test questions. And also, aside from this construction of test questions, there are 2 general types of questions to be constructed and may be supplemented by other types of questions. Okay, so first is the general question test, and the second is the peak of tension test. So the general question test, ito yung most commonly applied. Okay, yung general question test is answerable by yes or no, while the peak of tension test, which is usually used as supplementary test. Okay, yung mga peak of tension test na yan is answerable by no. So in the conduct of polygraph examination, there are also 5 sets of tests that may be applied during the polygraph examination process. So what are these 5 sets of tests? First is the general question test. So the purpose of general question test is to get the standard tracing. Okay? So pag sinabi mong standard tracing, kukunin mo yung talagang tracing nung subject, yung normal tracing. And to establish the true telling pattern for the initial part of the record. Okay? That is the purpose of general question test. The second one is the number test or the psychological test. The purpose of this test is to check the possible deliberate distortion when the chosen number is asked and to obtain a chart wherein the subject is not under stress. Okay? Titingnan mo dito yung mga possible distortion in the tracings. Okay? And the spot responder, the purpose is to determine the responsiveness of the subject, okay, to crucial question on spot responses. And the mixed question, the purpose is to compare the degree of reaction between the control and relevant question. And the silence answer test is a confirmatory test. So these are the 5 set of tests, okay, na pwede nating i-apply during the polygraph examination process. So, how does the general question test formulated? Paano fino-formulate yung GQT na yan? So, the GQT consists of a series of relevant and irrelevant question asked in a planned order. Okay, sunod-sunod yan, nakaplano yan, naka-sequence yan. Okay, and the questions are so arranged as to make a comparison responses to relevant question with the subject verbs made during the answering of irrelevant question. Okay, kino-compare kasi natin yung responses ng subject sa irrelevant at relevant question. So, ganyan pino-formulate yung general question test. So I will discuss to you first what is a relevant question in the conduct of polygraph examination. When we say relevant questions, functionally, these are questions directly related to the offense under investigation. Okay, so the relevant question is the what we call the material or leaded questions. Okay? Ito yung may kaugnayan sa kasong iniimbestigahan. Ito yung mga katanungan na may kaugnayan sa kasong iniimbestigahan. Okay? While the relevant question in pre-employment and periodic screening, the area of interest may be the subject's entire background. Okay? During the employment, dun sa kanyang kanyang mga nakaraan sa kanyang unang trabaho, or the loyalty of your employees. Okay? So for example, dito sa relevant question. Okay? Have you ever been fired from a job? Ikaw ba ay natanggal na sa trabaho? Or have you stolen more than 100 pesos in 1 year from any of your employers? So these are samples of relevant questions. Okay? And it pertains to the pre-employment or the periodic screening. Okay? So, in the relevant questions, there are classifications. So what are the classification of relevant questions? We have the strong relevant or primary relevant and the secondary or weak relevant question. So pag sinabi nating strong relevant questions, these are questions which has an intense relationship to the crime or problem being considered. Okay? This is intended to produce a strong emotional response in guilty subject. Okay? For example, did you steal one tamad laptop? This is a strong relevant question. Okay? Another one is the secondary weak or weak relevant. So this secondary or weak relevant, these are questions that concerns with elements of the crime and deals mostly on guilty knowledge and partial involvement in the commission of an offense. For example, between 11 to 12 a.m. April 14, 2021, did you open the table drawer of Mr. Juan Tamad? This is a secondary or weak relevant. Okay. And further, the weak relevant is also classification. Okay. So the classification of weak relevant questions are the following. We have the sacrifice relevant or the DY80 question or the do you intend to answer truthfully, the knowledge questions, and the evidence connecting questions. When we say sacrifice relevant or DY80 questions, it is designed. Okay, this question is designed to absorb the response generally generated by the introduction of the first relevant question in the series. So the reaction of these questions give the examiner as clue as to the subject's attitude of willingness or voluntariness to submit to the test. Okay? This sacrifice relevant or DY80 questions, okay, it is used to determine the truthfulness on the part of the subject. Okay, i-determine mo yung truthfulness on the part of the subject dito sa sacrifice relevant or DY80 question. An example of this is regarding the stolen laptop. Do you intend to truthfully answer each question about that? This is an example of the sacrifice relevant to determine the truthfulness of the subject. Okay. Another one is the knowledge question. When we say knowledge question, this type of question is propounded to the subject to detect information about a crime that only a guilty subject would have. Okay? Just to detect information about the crime na ang nakakaalam dyan is yung subject lang. So the information might include the details about the site of the crime, yung crime scene, okay? Or the means of committing it, paano ba nila ginawa, and kung ano-ano yung mga weapons or type of weapon used in the commission of an offense. Okay? Remember this, that knowledge question is to determine information known to the subject. Okay. An example is, do you know for sure who stole the laptop of Juan Tamad? Alamin mo, sino ba yung nagnakaw sa laptop ni Juan Tamad? Okay. Another one is the evidence connecting question. In the evidence connecting question, Okay, in the evidence connecting questions, this has to do with inviting subjects' attention on the probability of incriminating proof. Okay, that would tend to establish his guilt by linking, yung ikinokonekta mo yung subject mo. Okay, and his what we call the predicaments. Okay, like the fingerprint or the footprints or tool marks or other evidences collected at the crime scene. Yung kinokonekta mo yung subject mo doon sa mga nakuhang ebidensya doon sa crime scene. Okay? Designed to link the subject and the crime. Okay? For example, where the footprints outside the house of Juan Tamad yours. Okay? Ikinokonekta mo yung subject mo sa mga ebidensyang nakuha. Okay? By the way, in this knowledge question, as for the example, so at this instance, the phrase for sure, the phrase for sure is included to eliminate further suspicion, just in case the subject knew the offender had the location, okay, and had the location of the evidence, but is only hesitant to answer yes. Okay, this is in the knowledge questions. So these are the classification of weak relevant question in the formulation of test questions. Okay, during the polygraph examination. Aside from relevant questions, we have the what we call control questions. So what are control questions? So control questions are used for purposes of comparison. Okay? Ginagawa yung control question for the comparison of the control questions and relevant questions. So essentially, truthful subjects are believed by the polygraph examiner or the forensic psychophysiologist to be more concerned about control than relevant question. Okay. So the responses to both control and relevant questions are compared, okay, in these control questions. So these are questions unrelated to the matter under investigation but are similar in nature, although less serious as compared to those relevant questions. Okay. So in the control questions, there are two kinds. Okay. We have the primary control questions and the secondary questions. So in the primary control question, it recalls the offense done from the time of childhood up to 3 to 5 years. Okay, kung baga 3 to 5 years back. Okay. Before the occurrence of the present offense being investigated. For example, 30 years old siya ngayon. So, pag primary control question, magbibilang ka ng 3 to 5 years back. Okay, for example, 25 years old. Yan. Okay. For example, is before reaching the age of 30, have you ever stolen anything? Or kung 30 years old siya ngayon, pwede kang mag 5 years back. Okay, noong 25 years old ka ba? Yung mga parang gano'n. Okay. Have you ever stolen anything? That is primary control question. It recalls the offense done from the time of childhood up to 3 to 5 years back. Okay, before the occurrence of the present offense being investigated. Another one is the secondary control question. So in the secondary control question, it is more specific in nature. Okay. So it is based upon another sort of wrongdoing which will enhance the subject's opportunity for responsiveness. So ang scope ng secondary control question includes up to the present period of examination. Yung kasalukuyang inimbestigahan. Kung yung primary control question is recalls the offense done, yung kanyang mga nagawang mga pagkakamali noon, yung secondary control question naman is yung kasalukuyan. For example is, have you ever stolen anything from this locality? Yung present time. That is secondary control question. So the formulation of both types of control questions necessitates reasonable certainty that the subject answer is a lie. Okay. It is theorized that although guilty subjects will also be concerned about control questions, they will be more concerned about and thus exhibit more physiological reactions to relevant question. Okay? Sigurado na yung ang sasagot sa control question is kasinungalingan. Okay? So these are the two kinds of control question, the primary control questions and the secondary control question. Next is the irrelevant questions or the what we call neutral questions. Okay, yung neutral question or irrelevant question na to is yung sinasabi lang no bearing to the case under investigation. Walang kaugnayan yan sa kasong inimbestigahan or the unleaded or immaterial questions. Okay. So these types of questions have no importance to the case under investigations. So these are questions which are believed to have no or very little emotional impact on a subject. Okay, so such questions can be used as an indicator of a particular subject's normal baseline level of arousal. Ginagamit yung irrelevant question para makita yung normal baseline level of arousal ng subjects, okay, during the examination. Okay, para makita mo kung ano yung normal tracing ng subject mo. Okay, yan yung gamit ng irrelevant questions. Okay, this irrelevant question must precede the relevant questions. Okay, ano-ano yung mga example natin ng irrelevant question? Okay, halimbawa nito. Did you eat today? Kumain ka ba ngayong araw? Okay. Naninigarilyo ka ba? Okay. Ikaw ba ay nakatira sa Quezon Street, Cagayan City, or nakatira ka ba sa San Mateo Isabela? So these are example of irrelevant question. Okay. To know the normal baseline level. Okay. Next is the sample set of general question test. So the general question test is 11 questions. Okay. So an example, ito yung sample natin ng general question test. It is answerable by yes or no and irrelevant, relevant. Okay. Andito rin yung mga types of questions. Okay. For example, yung unang tanong is irrelevant question. Okay. Para malaman natin yung normal baseline ng subject natin. Okay. Have you ever been called by the name of Felix? Okay, that is answerable by yes or no. Siyempre, ang isasagot yan is yes. Okay. Is today Monday? That is irrelevant question. Okay. After the two irrelevant question, papasukan natin siya ng weak relevant. Okay. Do you have anything to with robbery at SM last night? Okay. Are you 30 years of age? Irrelevant. Okay. Another one is strong relevant. Were you one of those who robbed the SM last night? Strong relevant. Then, after the strong relevant, pwede natin siyang pasukan ng control question relevant. Have you been involved in a robbery case this year? It is a control question. Do you drink water? Irrelevant. Alam namang ang sagot niyan is hindi or no. Okay? Then, saka natin siya papasukan ng evidence connecting relevant. Was the pair of gloves found at SM yours? Okay? Do you know anyone involved in the robbery at SM last night? Knowledge question. Okay. Have you ever been involved in a robbery in your entire life? Okay. And have you deliberately lied to any question I have asked to you? That is a relevant or check question. This is an optional question. So this is an example of general question test. Okay. So what are the other questions that may be asked during the conduct of polygraph examination? We have the check question and the fishing expedition test question. In the check question, this is the last question in the lie test. Okay, it is direct question that relates to the fact that the subject has told the truth. Toll question asked in the lie test. As an example, eto siya. Okay. Have you deliberately lied to any question I have asked to you? That is a relevant check question, but that is optional. Another one is the fishing expedition test question. This is used to vagrants or loiters for routine interrogation. Okay. No idea about what offense has been committed. Okay. For example, have you ever been arrested before? Or are you wanted anywhere now by the police? So this is what we call the fishing or expedition test. So aside from these questions, meron tayong tinatawag na mga supplementary test questions and how they are constructed. Okay. So aside from the standard test described earlier, the following special tests may be performed and incorporated as part of the procedure or may be used as supplementary tests depending upon the result of the standard test in order to draw a better conclusion. Kaya unang-una dito sa supplementary is yung peak of tension test or yung PTT. Okay. Yung PTT is this subject may be given this test if he is not yet informed of the details of the offense which he is being interrogated by investigation or by other persons or from other sources like print media. Okay. This valid test is only made when there is no widespread publicity about a crime. Okay, where intimate details as to the methods of commission or certain facts of the case is known from the victim and the investigator. Ano ang ibig sabihin dyan ng there is no widespread publicity about a crime? Okay? For example, ang nakuhang relo, kaya ibinalita na si Manny Pacquiao is nanakawan ng relo pero hindi inilagay sa balita. kung anong klaseng relo. Basta ang nakalagay lang is relo. That is walang publicity na nangyari kung anong klaseng relo. Okay. The question in the peak of tension test is formulated. Okay, formulated similar in nature and the construction. Magkakaparehas yung pagkagawa ng katanungan. Okay? Pero iisa lang doon ay totoo. Okay? And the perpetrators who would naturally be in possession of such unpublicized knowledge will usually exhibit a rise in the tracing up to the particular question followed by a decline thereafter. This is caused by the relief of knowing that the dreaded questions dangerous to his well-being is past. Okay, for example, dito sa peak of tension. Okay, kung makikita niyo, pare-parehas ang pagkakakonstruct, pare-parehas yung nature. Okay, for example is gagawa tayo ng introductory phrase plus the padding questions. For example, ang unang tanong natin is, do you know whether the stolen watch of from Pedro is a citizen? Okay. Pangalawa is it a psycho? That is a padding question. Okay. Although nababalita is relo lang yung nawawala kay Pedro. Okay. Pero hindi sinabi doon, hindi ni-specify doon kung anong klaseng relo. Ngayon, yan ang tatanungin natin ngayon. Eh, syempre kung nasa subject ninyo yung relo, alam niya kung anong klaseng relo yan. Is it an Omega? That is padding. Okay, kung Rolex yung nakuha, tatanungin mo siya, is it Rolex? That is a relevant question. Okay. Is it Timex or is it G-Shock? So they are similar in nature, the same in construction. Pero isa lang dito yung totoo. Okay? That is the peak of tension. Another one is the guilt complex test or yung GCT. Okay? This test is applied when the response to relevant and control questions are similar in degree and in consistency. Yung magkaparehas yung degree ng relevant and control questions. And in a way that the examiner cannot determine whether the subject is telling the truth or not, kung hindi ma-determine ng polygraph examiner kung ang subject ay nagsasabi ng totoo or hindi. Ginagamit yung guilt complex test. Okay. Dito kasi, the subject is asked question aside from relevant and control questions, a new series of relevant question dealing with a real incident and that which the subject could not have committed. Yung hindi pa nagagawa ng subject ninyo, but it is a real incident pero hindi pa ginagawa ng subject ninyo. Okay, if the subject does not respond to the added relevant questions, it indicates that the subject was being deceptive as to the primary issue under investigation. But however, the no conclusion can be drawn if the response to added guilt complex is similar to the real issue question. Okay, for example, did you steal that Lamborghini toy collection? Okay. Yan yung isang sample natin sa guilt complex test. So dito sa kasong ito, yung pagnanakaw ng Lamborghini toy collection was not actually committed because the alleged crime investigated was the loss of the laptop. Okay. So, ito yung pwede nating gamitin o reconstruct na katanungan pagdating sa guilt complex test. Okay? So, for example, yung laptop ni Juan ay nawawala. Okay, pwede kang gumawa ng other series of relevant question like a real incident pero hindi pa ginagawa ng subject ninyo. Okay, na kung saan ang involved ay yung pagnanakaw sa laptop. Pero ang tatanungin mo is, for example, hindi mo ma-determine kung nagsasabi ng totoo or hindi yung subject mo. Pwede mo siyang gamitan ng guilt complex test. Although laptop yung nawawala, pero ito yung pwede mong gamitin. Okay. Next is the symptomatic question. Dito sa symptomatic questions, ang function dito is to detect and evaluate the presence of outside issue, which may suppress a response to relevant questions. So, kadalasan ito ay totoo. Okay? That the subject is fear that they might be asked about another cases. Okay, natatakot yung mga subject na baka magtatanong yung polygraph examiner sa kanilang sa ibang kaso nila. Okay, which they are involved but are not the subject matter under investigation. Okay. For example, are you completely convinced that I will not ask any question on this test that has not already been reviewed? Okay. That is a symptomatic question. Another one is the SKY question or the SKY. SKY stands for this meaning. S stands for suspect, K means knowledge, and Y refers to you as the subject. These three questions are based on the Baxter technique, grouped together to confirm the previous chart and may detect indirect involvement on guilty knowledge. For example, SKY question. KS. Do you suspect anyone in particular of stealing Juan Tamad laptop? Okay, it pertains or stands for the suspect. Alamin mo, may suspect ka ba kung sino ba yung kumuha sa laptop ni Juan Tamad? And K, that is knowledge. Do you know for sure who stole Juan Tamad laptop? Knowledge. Okay. And Y is it pertains to you as the subject. Did you steal Juan Tamad laptop? This is the SKY questions. Okay. Another supplementary is the silent answer test. So this test is conducted in the same manner as when relevant and control questions are asked, but the subject is instructed to answer the question silently to himself without making any verbal response. Causes distortion in the tracing such as sniff or clearing the throat. Okay? Dito sa silent answer test, sasagutin mo lang yung mga katanungan diyan sa utak. Kaya huwag kang kikibo, huwag kang magsasalita. Kung yes, edi sa'yo lang, sa utak mo lang yan. Okay. Huwag kang sasagot ng verbally. Okay. That is silent answer test. Okay. Aside from this silent answer test, is we have the zone comparison test. Pag sinabi nating zone, it is a 20 to 35 seconds block of polygraph chart time initiated by a questions having a unique psychological focusing appeal to a predictable group of examinees. Every vertical lines in the polygraph chart, it consists of 5 seconds. Okay, so the color coding according to the Baxter is pag green zone, that is control question, red zone is the relevant question, and black zone is for the symptomatic questions. In this zone comparison test, there are 5 variations of ZCT. Okay, what are these 5 variations? We have the math quadrilateral zone comparison technique. Okay, ginagamit ito exclusively for single issue test. Okay, it was developed by math. Okay, it is a polygraph technique. Yan, na ginagamit lang for single issue. Okay. Dito sa test na ito is also employ the Baxter basic test structure and the quantification system with some refinements and the addition. Ano yung refinements and the addition ng control or relevant question na yan pair to deal with examinees fear error and the guilty examinees hope of error. Ito yung dinagdag. Ito yung ni-refine dito sa math quadrilateral zone comparison technique. Okay. And the Baxter trizone comparison techniques, it permits the use of inside track, fear of error, control question, and the hope of error. So, when the Baxter zone comparison technique does not incorporate the fear or hope of error question in this Baxter trizone comparison techniques, the only difference remaining in the test structure between numbers 1 and 2 techniques is the position of symptomatic questions, which are opposite. Okay. Another one is the Department Defense Program, Polygraph Institutes or the BISPAT zone comparison technique. Okay. The first zone contains the relevant questions concerning the primary, the secondary, and sky questions. And the second zone is used when there is only one question or issue that must be addressed in the examination. While the integrated zone comparison techniques, this was developed by Nathan Gordon, William Wade, and Philip Cochetti. Okay. This technique has the most significant departure from the original zone comparison technique developed by Clive Baxter. And the Utah zone comparison technique. The structure of this technique is basically the same for single issue tests as it is for multiple issue tests. Okay, however, instead of using relevant questions that embraces several facts of crime or matter under investigation, the single issue test uses relevant questions that address a single issue only. Okay, you have to take note, guys, that after all the 5 tests have been administered by the polygraph examiner or the forensic psychophysiologist was not able to make a definite diagnosis, an arrangement should be made for the what we call re-examination of this subject at later date. Pwede mong i-re-examine yung subject. Okay. So during the discussion where the examiner finalizes the arrangement for re-examination, it would be helpful to observe the subject comments and the general behavior ordinarily different from those of a subject who is determined to be lying. Okay? May mga experience kasi na that persons who are truthful would comply and adhere to a pre-scheduled re-examination. Yung mga sabi nila is as per experience, yung mga totoong tao daw is they would comply sa pre-scheduled re-examination even if not under the custody of the police, or on the other hand, untruthful subjects are prone to break the promise or arrangements to come back for re-examination. Yung mga untruthful, hindi na bumabalik ang mga yan sa re-examination. Okay? So what are the most commonly used question sequencing na ginagamit? Okay? Ito yung most commonly used question sa sequencing. Okay? The revised rate in BAU, relevant, irrelevant test, and the Baxter zone comparison test. These are the most commonly used question sequencing in the polygraph examination. Okay. The Reid-Inbau techniques, it consists of 11 questions yan. Okay. This is an example. Okay. Ito yung kung paano gumawa o mag-construct ng Reid-Inbau techniques, 11 questions. Okay, andyan, irrelevant, irrelevant, weak relevant, irrelevant, strong relevant. Ayan. Okay. Ito yung kanyang example. Ayan, mayroon siyang primary control, irrelevant. Ayan. Evidence connecting, the knowledge. Ayan. Okay. The secondary control and the symptomatic. This is an example of Reid-Inbau technique. And the Baxter zone comparison, Baxter zone test, it consists of 11 questions. Okay. 13 questions rather. Okay. Itong Baxter zone test is somewhat different from Reid and Inbau technique. Okay. Ganito yung pagkakakonstruct ng Baxter zone test. Okay. So, mayroon ding mga tests, okay, or specific tests for specific events or scenario na ginagamit sa polygraph test. Okay. What are these specific tests? Okay, we have the known solution, peak of tension, the proving peak of tension, and the pre-employment test and the periodic test. Okay. In the known solution peak of tension test, this is administered when the fact relating to the event is known only to the perpetrator of the offense and the victim, police, and client. Okay. Yan yung tinatawag nating known solution peak of tension. Okay. The facts relating to the event is known only to the perpetrator of the offense, the victim, and the police and client. Okay. This material fact, whether it be particular sum of money, okay, particular make of a weapon, okay, nang nakakaalam lang is yung perpetrator, victim, police, and the client. Another one is yung proving peak of tension. The proving peak of tension, this is administered to obtain information that might prove valuable to an investigation. It is designed to determine the location, the disposition, modus operandi, and the amounts on the list of possibilities. Another one is the pre-employment. This test seeks to verify information contained in a job application and develop relevant information and deliberately committed by the subject. Ito yung mga papasok sa trabaho sa pre-employment test. And the periodic testing. This is conducted for the purpose of determining the honesty of employees assigned to sensitive position. It also acts as a constant deterrent to employees' dishonesty. Okay. Ito yung mga iba't ibang klase ng test sa iba't ibang scenario. Okay. So, these are the different types of questions and how they are formulated or constructed. Okay. So, thank you and God bless.